Baby, you're a rich man. Baby, you're a rich man too. You keep all your money in a big brown bag inside a zoo. What a thing to do. Baby, you're a rich man too. Where did that come from? I don't know. I am Hatonn. I greet you all, my friends, in the love and in the light of our infinite Creator. It is a great blessing to be with you this evening and to blend our thoughts with yours. We especially greet those who have not sat within this domicile before, seeking the truth. Yet know you that no one is new within a circle of light. Just as a chain is as strong as its weakest link, so the entire whole is new and untried each time of the attempting to seek, as you seek this evening. This shall be the new attempt and the untried attempt, not that which is stale or old, for you are not who you were yesterday. And so each who comes to these meetings is new. Nevertheless, we greet those who travel to sit and seek truth. We are most apologetic that we are so valuable, for we know that each values our opinions. We ask you to remember that all that is said is opinion and not fact. We have traveled a bit longer on a long path, but the path still wends its ways into the far distance for us. And we do not say what we say because we know that we are infallible. We say what we have come to say to be of service, much as you would be of service to a neighbor who asked you for a measure of flour or salt. We offer you the gifts we have in humility, and we thank you for the gifts you heap upon us. For in serving you, we serve ourselves, and through serving you, we learn and progress far more than we could otherwise within the structure of our own experiences. We would like to tell you a story. If there are pauses, please forgive us. We are working with this instrument word by word, and therefore this instrument does not have any inkling as to how we shall proceed. It is somewhat more difficult than receiving concepts, but each who attempts this type of service in vocal channeling must needs continue to press towards the goal of becoming a better channel for love and light, or that which has been given will be lost. There is no point in a vocal channel's development, or indeed anyone's development, when one can say, "Now I may rest, now I may have peace." When you choose to seek the truth, you forsook peace, each of you, but you gained what you have gained, my friends. This is for you to answer and to know, for each of you has gained something somewhat different. And to the story. The clouds had been gathering for a day, and the electric tension of the storm was in the air. A man and a woman stood and watched and questioned. Shall I stay upon this outcropping of land that is so exposed to the weather? Shall I go to safety inland where storm and hurricane can never touch me? Much thought was given as to whether the journey inland should be made, for it was known that storms of this nature carried great destructive winds, and there could be great risk to life for those who remained in the path of the storm. Yet, within the heart there was the desire to face that fury which was fast approaching, for there was adventure and the zest of life within every fiber of the being, and indeed within the very air itself. When the time for choice then came, it was decided that it would be best for the Deuce to retire a short distance inland in order that perhaps the best of both worlds could be enjoyed. Perhaps the storm would pass close enough to allow the feeling of excitement and the thrill of participating in such an event to be enjoyed without a threat to life and limb. And so came the storm. Waves thrashing the beaches and winds whipping and flattening those frightful objects of nature or man which near themselves from the plane of the earth. All that the couple owned was destroyed. Much else was also destroyed. The damage was everywhere, and the storm laughed, for it was a wind that carried the cruel and merciless order to extinguish, to cleanse, and to remove. The laughter finally died down to become a reedy, slender whine as wind fell and rains began to fill the swollen ocean. As the rains fell, the couple in the chosen place of safety pondered the fate of that which had been left behind. There was much which could not be carried, for it was too bulky for transport, and many of these items were cherished by this couple, having served long and well in the making of a home. As the storm began to lift and the rains also subsided, this couple made plans to return and to gather that which could be gathered, and survey the scene in order to make the home once again. In the pondering by the couple of what they might find, there was time taken to consider that which was truly valued, each by each. And throughout the experience of the storm, it was brought to the attention of each that the love which bound them together was the most cherished thing in their lives. Yet they also knew, or supposed that they knew, that even a life filled with love would need some material support. Both became very excited as the planning began. There seemed to be so many choices. When their marriage was very young, that which purchases, that which you call money, had been dear and difficult to obtain, and they had felt fortunate to find anything. Now, times had rolled on as the wagon wheels moved in perfect circles along its rutted way, and they could do what they pleased, or so they thought. At each turning, there was a discovery that the knitted fabric of their lives was not such that it held unlimited possibilities. All building materials, all amounts of space, all whims and fancies could not be afforded. Choices again had to be made. And so another storm grew, this time within. The energy of the storm revolved around how to disperse that of which each who earns their money is a steward. The couple had been tranquil, and yet now it was argumentative. For in the light of the spurious freedom, a freedom from all lack and all limitation, it seemed to each that all that was desired should be able to be obtained, that there should be no hindrance. Yet this was not so, for even with only two of the Creator's entities, only two children of the one Father, there were numerous irreconcilable differences of opinion, and the storm laughed on. As this couple's life pattern had progressed through these many cycles of change, there came these times of difficulty, decision, and disagreement, which then required the balance of reconciliation in order that the love which bound each to each might be strengthened and ennobled. Once again, as the couple surveyed the damage of the most recent and most devastating storm yet experienced, it became apparent that another beginning would be necessary, starting from scratch, shall we say, and requiring that all which had been the portion of the couple's relationship be examined, in order that the relationship be built step by step out of the strongest of materials in much the same fashion required to replace the dwelling and possessions which had been erased by the hurricane. Here I am, brought you like a hurricane. What did I ever see in him? Thought the woman. What can we possibly have in common if we disagree so much? Thought the man. And they looked upon each other and did not behold love. We could finish this story, my friends, in the way of fairy tales by explaining that all was made whole and all was healed as each reached out to the other with the open hand of peace and sympathy. But it is more important to ask you, what was the greatest loss? The loss of every possession, or the loss of one human relationship? My friends, things are never what they seem. We realize this is an old and worn out statement. The reason it is so worn is that it is, insofar as we know, the absolute truth. Your third density experience is made of whole cloth, an illusion. No part of it is real. Only that which comes from beyond it and manifests through it has a more lasting reality. All that you can touch and see and taste and hear and catch with the nose's keen scent is an illusion. What has delighted you this day? What has discouraged you? What do you think you need that you do not have? Examine the question pertaining to loss and transformation. You are about to lose that which you call your year, and yet you know, as moon follows upon moon, or you seem to know that this year will be replaced with yet another cycle. You know, or believe you know, that your island home will rotate in the move upon its axis as it roams the heavens one more time. Flying outward and held tightly from and by the great sun body, which is the center of your celestial neighborhood. Yet, when there are losses, when there is difficulty, do you see the difficulty with the automatic reaction of, what the fuck? Do you celebrate knowing the dawning of another chapter? We would be surprised if you were able to accomplish this state of mind on a steady state basis. It is highly unlikely that you could penetrate the illusion to that extent, and so we suggest to you time spent in meditation on a daily basis. For those things which you may count as lost are only those things which are yet again to be found. The one original thought of the Creator is expressed perfectly in your being, not in an idealistic sense, but in the sense of here and now. Bitterness, wrangling, disputes, argument, debate, and disharmony are all a part of the rough and ready perfection which the Creator praises with all of its beings in you and you and you. Each of you is perfect, yet each seeks the one original thought. Each seeks the harmony, the peace, the joy that it has not or seems to have not. Hey, sweetheart, how you doing?
I have been violated multiple times today.
We sit high and dry on a spiritual plane, for all has been made straight for us. All is harmonized in our experience. We seek the Creator in each entity. That is part of the dimension in which we live. Yet we are not uplifted thereby any more than you are uplifted by your inhalations and your exhalations. To you falls the drama of wresting the one original thought from each storm. Yours is the privilege of becoming. The one original thought presumes a choice, and each of you makes that choice in each moment. Does the storm toss you away, or shall you find the center of that storm? When difficulty laughs raucously, shall you cower? Do you think your circumstances are more than you are? We praise the storm and we praise the calm, but we assure you that those who seek shall not be calm, shall not be unchallenged, shall not be unchanged. We leave you in that one original thought. That thought is your birthright and is your very being. You are love and light. There is nothing else. The love is expressed in your consciousness. The light is the material which your consciousness uses to create a body. A continuing set of circumstances and a created power that may use circumstance instead of circumstances using you. You cannot stop the laughter of the storm. Its cruel and mocking tongues will follow all who seek the truth, and indeed those who are deep asleep. But your nature, your birthright, your power is in that which cannot be denied, that which is from everlasting to everlasting. Choose, my friends, choose with joy, and learn to laugh ever more deeply, resting in arms polished smooth by trust. I am known to you as Hatonn. I leave you in the love and the light of our infinite Creator. Adone Ovasu Bragas. I love you too, Hatonn, and I love you.